Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of The Squad Room. I'm your host, Garrett. I am an active duty patrol sergeant in Southern California. The Squad Room is about developing, optimizing, and maintaining the health and wellness of law enforcement officers around the world. Health and wellness means a lot of things, and I explore it all here. How we can improve our physical health, our mental health, our emotional health, our mindfulness, all the things that I want to be better at. This show is about my journey as a law enforcement officer, trying to get healthier by evaluating my own life and by reaching out to experts to see what I can learn from them. I talk to other cops, doctors, Navy SEALs, meditation experts, anyone who could be a force multiplier in my fitness. Thanks for being with us. Today we have a very good episode with a unique individual. KP from Fit Cops is going to be here from Instagram fame. Stay with us. Oh man, what a beautiful day. Episode 34. Here we are. So today's guest is someone I've been looking forward to speaking with, and I've been looking forward to get this episode out for quite some time. I explained this in the intro, so I'll keep it short here, but came across her Instagram page as I was trying to figure out the social media and whatnot for my own show, for this show here, and was blown away by the momentum and the community that she had created. KP is what everyone knows her as, and her Instagram account is Fit Cops. So at Fit Cops is the big idea, and her personal Instagram is KP, as in KP King Paul at Fit Cops is her personal Instagram account. You can follow both there, and she really emphasizes officer health and fitness. So a lot of motivational posts, a lot of transformational posts. A lot of posts of, I'd say, aspirational posts, people who are really just doing an excellent job with their fitness and with their mindset, and she's sharing that with all of us. And she also is active duty. She is a patrol officer herself. She has been on the job for long enough to know that this job takes a toll, both physically and mentally. So got in touch with her. She was more than happy to come on and give her perspective on fitness in law enforcement, but also on teamwork and motivation and family and all those things that we deal with. So we'll get to her in just a second. If you want to join the Squad Room mailing list, all you have to do from your phone, from the palm of your hand, is text the Squad Room, all one word, to 44222, and you'll get signed up for our newsletter. We have lots of good stuff coming up, lots of giveaways, lots of special events, and even an ebook that's going to be released to that group very soon. I was in the middle of editing that book and was close to being done, and managed to break my thumb on duty, and am now in a hard cast. So that makes editing a book almost nearly impossible. So a little delay on that, but that's all right. It'll be out soon. Also want to encourage you to follow our own Instagram at The Squad Room and Twitter at The Squad Room, all one word. And you can see our progress there, and you can see quotes from our guests and learn about when new episodes are coming out. All right, real quick, I want to thank our sponsors for this episode, the iCombat training system from sbtactical.com. The iCombat system is an active shooter and firearms qualification system. Now, the beauty of this system is it doesn't require any site prep, there's no ammo costs, and there's no expendable ammunition. It's completely mobile. How, you ask? Well, think laser tag, but for cops. Each officer is outfitted with gear and sensors that goes over any uniform combination out there. If you're on SWAT or wear a bulky tack vest, no problem, it'll fit. Plainclothes narcotics officer, no problem, the gear is fully adjustable. A boot rookie in full Class A's and a polished gun belt, no problem, it can wear that too. So it goes over all of your gear. And part of the iCombat package is a replica AR-15 and a replica Glock pistol. Now, replica is not really a good word here because the AR and the Glock both cycle like real guns. They emit gunshot sounds and muzzle flashes. And they each have ammo accountability too, and they're weighted so they don't feel like a water gun like some of the Sims guns do. Both guns function and have safeties, and they can also operate, the AR can operate in single shot and burst mode. All the benefits and none of the liabilities of Sims training. I hate Sims training. Los Angeles PD, Boston SWAT, many others have used it. You can check it out at sbtactical.com. All right, so let's get to the show with KP from Fit Cops. KP, welcome to the Squadron. Thanks for being with us today via Skype.
Thank you very much for having me.
I'm excited to talk to you. I've been wanting to talk to you for a while because when I started the show, about a year ago, I was out on Instagram learning the social medias as they were, and came across your Instagram page at Fit Cops. And tell us what is Fit Cops. Let's just start with that.
Well, I actually created it. It's been up for about a year and a half now, and this summer it'll be 2 years. And I initially created it to kind of promote wellness and fitness in law enforcement and try to get people encouraged by seeing other people work out to get fit. As we all know in our job, any day it could be that fight where you just don't have enough in you or you don't make it. And so obviously we get in more physical confrontations more than anything we do. I don't know if the public understands that all the time, but we're not in a bunch of gunfights all the time. It's mainly physical contact,
right?
Where we need to be prepared. Can't be walking around out of shape like it seemed to have kind of been going towards that recently. So basically, we just wanted to promote wellness and fitness and see if it motivated people, and it very much did. So it worked.
Yeah, over the last year, I've watched your page grow and grow and grow, and your website grow. What's that process, or what's that experience been like over the last year? From you started a page, and I can't imagine you had this diabolical plan to rule Instagram.
No.
So what's that been like?
Really didn't. It has been quite the experience, to be honest with you.
Please.
It literally started out with 60 of my own friends from my own Facebook that I invited to like this Fit Cops page that I had made out of. I was laying in my bed. I was like, I think I'm going to make this page on Facebook, and I'm going to post some workout pictures, and it will be really fun. We'll start out with 60 people, and then within a short period of time, I was like, oh, fuck, this is going to be, oh, no, like, what did I just do here? And it really opened up a huge can of worms almost with the following. It was great, but at the same time, it's pretty, almost, I don't want to say terrifying, but it was pretty scary how fast it grew.
Yeah.
And along with that came, the haters that you got to kind of weed out. And you, as you know, you run your own page and you got to get rid of those people real quick. But overall, 50,000 people on Instagram now. And that one started after Facebook did. And so it's just been a whirlwind of, we started out with T-shirts too. And they're like, we want a Fit Cops T-shirt. I was like, how do you make a T-shirt? I have no idea. So we've it's been one step at a time, and with learning things, and we've gotten bigger. We have almost 100 reps all across the world for Fit Cops now, and we communicate daily with all of them, and it's been pretty awesome.
That's
actually, we have one rep here right now at my house. Hanging out with us.
It's hanging out.
Yep.
I imagine that, like you said, like not necessarily terrifying, but I imagine like intimidating. I mean, you've now got an audience that you have their ear, and you said 50,000 Instagram. It's over that now.
We have 50,000 on Facebook, and then I have 20,000 on my own Instagram, and almost 10,000 on Facebook myself. Yeah, it's been it's come with its problems too, but it's been pretty awesome.
So this is interesting to me that like, yes, your community asked for the T-shirt, not the other way around.
Right. Yes, it wasn't ever going to be anything like that. I had no idea how to do any of this stuff. We've listened to the followers, and we've done pretty much everything that they've wanted from us. And it's really cool too with the T-shirts, because we had even one of our reps from Florida go on a cruise in the middle of the ocean and happened to see another guy on this same cruise in the gym wearing a Fit Cop shirt, the same exact one. He had no idea who this guy was, but he walked up to him, and they looked at each other like, are you a cop? He's like, yeah, are you a cop? And it was instant bond. They took pictures together. We posted them on the page, and it's just really cool. I mean, you can't go anywhere now, pretty much. I rarely go somewhere that people don't know what Fit Cops is. Yeah. You see people on the street wearing their wristbands, and at my own CrossFit gym, I ran into people that, follow Fit Cops. Like, KP? I was like, yeah. So it's really neat.
That's amazing that you've built a community like that, and we have very similar missions in that sense of promoting and encouraging health and fitness and wellness for our fellow officers and for ourselves. What's your history in law enforcement? And let's start with that, I guess, before I get into your fitness history. But tell me a little bit about what you're doing in law enforcement. And you don't have to be specific about agency and all that.
Right. Yeah, as I get in trouble.
Yeah.
I would get in big trouble. I applied to be a police officer at 20 and a half, and I actually got on, I got hired, and then 2 weeks later, or 2 weeks before I got hired, I turned 21. So I basically was a baby in law enforcement. Yeah. And 8 years this summer I'll have been a police officer. So it's just, I've changed a lot in those 8 years.
Yeah, anyone has. Well, yeah, this job changes you. Anybody who's done over 5 years. I don't know if you're familiar with Kevin Gilmartin, Dr. Kevin Gilmartin, he wrote the book Emotional Survival for Law Enforcement. I
have heard about that
book.
Yeah.
So I just happened to go to his class last week, which I'll do a whole other episode on. But you brought up a funny point that he said is that they hire good people to be cops, but your warranty expires after 5 years on the job. So I think
that makes perfect sense, because that's and then you add social media into it, and you add a lot of that type of criticism into it, and it'll age you pretty quickly. But what I have created, I feel like, in Fit Cops, which it didn't start out like that, like I said, is a family.
Yeah.
And we have people that we have never met before, but that are, reps in our Fit Cops family, and we'll do anything, fly across the world to come meet us. We had our Germany rep fly here to be at our barbecue last month, and it's, at any time of the day or night, you have someone to talk to, and that's what we all have, this common bond and this common thing that we're going for. And it's really, really amazing the type of friendships that we've created to where we are there for each other no matter what. And it's that type of friendship that you can't always find, maybe in your own police department, but that we have within our group. And that's what I wanted to create when we thought about this whole rep program. It's not just another, here it goes, put this coupon code out and go sell my stuff because I want to be rich. Like that, we're definitely not rich from this, but we're rich in family and love for each other and support. And that's what means the most to us. So
I like that, rich in family. I like that phrase. You mentioned the official reps, and I think that's one thing that's one of the pros of social media is that your world all of a sudden opens up, right? I mean, like you just said, you have someone from Germany who flew across the world to come be with you. Yeah. I've been fortunate enough to have people from like New Zealand and Australia reach out, and just by email, but have a connection now with somebody I never, ever, ever would have met in my life outside of social media. Yeah. And I think it definitely brings us all a little closer, and the commonalities become a lot more. There's more positive commonalities than negatives, I guess, is what I guess I'm getting at. So
yes, definitely.
Yeah. So 8 years in law enforcement. Can you tell me your current assignment? Are you patrol or?
Yes, I'm on midnight patrol.
Midnight patrol. Me too.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Go night shift.
Yeah.
My husband and I both work at the same place, so he has to work day watch and I work night watch, and so we do this, family juggling act every day with the baby, and toss here, toss there, and go onto your shift. But I've been on patrol my entire career, and I plan on staying here for multiple reasons. Probably because I'll never get promoted because of this shit. To be honest.
Yeah.
And second, because I love it so much. So, I mean, it's just like I'm patrol at heart. I had initially wanted to be a detective, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to work dead body calls and do all that stuff. I still like dead bodies, but no, I mean, that sounds bad. I don't want people to die, but if they do die, I don't mind working it, that kind of thing.
This is an audience of cops. They'll totally get what you mean.
See, I know I say this stuff, and I'm like, wait, there might be people that say, she wants to kill people. No, I don't. I don't want people to die. But if they do die, somebody has to work it.
Right.
So.
Yep.
But I ended up liking patrol best. I didn't want to go be a detective. I don't want to do anything else. I want to be a patrol officer.
Yeah, so. That's awesome. That's the backbone of any department. That's where I've been the majority of my career. I love being a patrol sergeant, and it's just about as much fun as you can have in the job. So what
would the department do without patrol? I mean, what would the city do? It would crash and burn without people answering calls, right?
Right, absolutely. So
how relay that information?
Yeah. without again specifics, can you give me an idea of like how big is your department? How many sworn officers do you have?
About 160 sworn.
Okay, so you're a good you're in a good sized area then, obviously. With that,
we
with
are.
That amount,
it's busy, and we're in North Texas, and it's a busy department, and we get enough action as it is, and it's a nice place to work and nice city, and I love where I'm at. I don't ever plan on going anywhere. So.
Oh, that's good. So obviously, 50,000 Instagram followers. You've got a response. You've got a positive following from people. You mentioned some of the negatives or some of the haters, as you said. What is that? What are they? I mean, are you getting cops who disagree with fitness, or what are the the people? What are you getting?
Well, let's just say there's the regular cop haters that will come over every now and then, which we just find those entertaining.
Sure.
And we don't respond, and we don't they'll find the hashtags of thin blue line and whatever, and then they'll go on their little rampage, and if you just ignore them, they go away instantly. But the more painful haters, I think, for all of the followers as well is, if I post a picture and you get your own hating on you. And that's what I don't agree with, and that's what I highly disapprove of, and I will fucking blast your ass if you do that. And that's the saddest part about it, is when you do have cops that are hating on their own. We have enough hate as it goes. I mean,
Sure.
We have enough of that shit going around for everybody. So, it's just people that not everybody agrees with how I run my page, but I haven't asked for their opinion on it. So, I mean, I'm the only female cop that I know of that actually is a female cop, and I'm a mom, and I'm just a normal person, and I've created this page, and I plan on doing everything that I feel like doing on my own page, and when they create their page, they can do whatever they would like. So, yeah.
So, I mean, what is some of the? I mean, for a cop to be so negative about another officer, is it just the content? Is it the fact that you're promoting something that's positive that they're not? What do you think it is?
I think so. I think it's a little bit of jealousy. I think it's a little bit of insecurities with people. I'm not really sure. And it's been pretty quiet lately. There hasn't actually been a lot of that going on, because I think people know where I stand on that. And I think at this point they know that they're going to have to create a fake profile with nothing on it in order for them to say something that I won't blast them for. Mm-hmm. So I started making those mean tweets and responding to haters on the internet, and my hater action went down about 90%. Nice. Everybody likes to throw out the hate, but then whenever you put their profile up there and you give it back to them, they don't like that. So I really can't figure it out. I think it's just insecurity, and you got some people that don't approve of the pictures that we post, or whatever, and get in line, basically. They don't like Squat Booty Sunday. Who doesn't like a squat booty? Who doesn't like that?
Right. Yes. Squat Booty Sunday is always those always crack me up.
What's your favorite theme day on Fit Cops?
That
Squat Booty Sunday.
That might be it. I don't know. Wednesdays. Which one's Wednesdays?
Woman Crush Wednesday. Yeah,
Wednesday seems to be a popular day, of course, too.
Wednesday's really popular. Yep. And see, I feel like as a female officer, I'm even more allowed to promote other female officers, and that is somewhat frowned upon for us females to be feminine and show off our bodies and be proud of ourselves, and that's not always accepted, and I don't really care at this point. So I'm gonna keep doing exactly what I'm doing.
That's you bring up an interesting point. I guess I've never thought of that. That you at work, you're in a very masculine environment, a very male-driven environment, and I guess there's probably some natural, I don't know, what's the word? Prejudice against yes. Femininity, even off duty.
Yes.
Oh yeah, interesting.
Definitely. Huh. Well, you come in as a female officer and you're instantly pegged as, slut, or you're gay, or, you're literally screwing everyone in the police department. And that's just how the reputation goes for most female officers, unfortunately. And so for me to even put it out there a step further and be proud of who I am and show off your progress and to promote other female officers to do the same, it's not accepted by everyone, like I said, and
right. It never occurred to me that that's where some of your hate or some of the tension would come from, but it totally makes sense.
Oh yeah, it does. And we got a lot of, you have to be a very secure person, I guess, or secure wife in that fact.
Yeah.
A lot of wives don't like me, but I love them. So I don't know.
Hey, well, you feature wives on your page too.
I do.
Yeah, and I think that's fantastic because I've said this before on the show and in person to everybody else that I can't imagine having a cop spouse, because this job takes two people as it is anyway to function as a family, right? I mean, my wife is.
Yeah.
I always say my wife is in service as much as I am. She's just not wearing a uniform. Yeah. But when I go to my midnights, she's a single mom for 3 to 4 nights a week, right? And you know that. And every cop talking with kids knows that when they it's a 2-person job as it is, and she's got her own job, and it's just amazing how much work goes into that. So I think the point being there is that I think it's great that you show off the spouses who are committed to their fitness too, because they are in as much, not as much, but close enough risk with the physical detriments of the job that we experience. The same sleep deprivation and the same lack of exercise and the lack of nutrition and that sort of stuff. So I think it's fantastic that
there's nothing better than a supportive spouse. Like, there's nothing better than that. And the wives that do support and they're, want their husbands to, I think there's a lot of insecurities amongst a lot of people that we post their picture and there's some backlash from spouses and things like that. Sometimes we even have to take down pictures that we posted. And I just wish that, everybody would support each other, but obviously that doesn't always happen, but that's okay. But there's nothing better than that. We love to feature spouses, especially one of my managers on Fit Cops is a Leo spouse, and no law enforcement history except for her husband's been a cop for ever 20 years, and so we love them. I made a Badge Bunny page. It sounds bad. I know it sounds terrible, and I've gotten a lot of backlash for that, and that came from someone actually not knowing me and trying to throw some hate my way and saying, what, are you just a badge bunny? Are you even a cop? Do you even know what it's like? And I was like, oh, okay.
Stand by to stand by.
All right. Stand by, bitch, 1 sec. And so I actually, responded to her, yes, I am a cop, and don't ever say that stupid shit to me again, and made a Badge Bunny page, and we kind of tried to change the what's it called?
Reputation,
change the perception of what Badge Bunny is.
Uh-huh.
And we love people that love us, and we want to support them as much as we can. So I do have a Badge Bunny page for Fit Cops. It's like the hangout for wives.
Nice.
For wives. And there's I think there's like 800 people on there, so it's not bad. So
I like that. We love people who love us. That's very true. We need every one of them that we can get, right?
I know. Why are we criticizing Badge Bunnies? Why are we criticizing people that want to give us some love? Everybody just needs to be fucking nice to each other. How about that?
So
that's what I think.
So one of the things, your page features some pretty impressive physiques and some pretty guys and girls who have been at it for a long time, and you can tell that a lot of the people that you feature, it's just been their lifestyle. It's like they've always been that gym. Not gym rat, I mean, for lack of a better term, I guess, but the guy who's always been in the gym, the girl who's always been into exercise, who's never really struggled with that aspect of their fitness. I mean, at least that's the impression from the photo. But a lot of hard work goes into that, obviously. Mm-hmm. What's your fitness background yourself? Have you always been an exerciser or a CrossFitter or a weightlifter or a high school athlete? What? Tell me about that.
Well, first, I'll touch on the photo comment. We do feature people of all different stages of fitness. Obviously, the more fit, it will draw more of attention. But, I mean, just last week we posted a guy that's lost 40 pounds, but he's still extremely overweight. But the fact that he has gone that far and transformed himself and has started the process so he can become a police officer and lost that weight, we posted it and said, everybody motivate, so-and-so to keep going.
Yeah.
He's a corrections officer. That one got the most likes and the most comments of anything I've posted in probably a year.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we do like to spotlight those people that are just starting their fitness. A lot of our reps aren't competitors and bodybuilders. They're just normal people that want to, try to get more fit. And so that's what I wanted whenever I got all these reps. is that, people would say, well, I don't think I can be a rep for you because I'm not chiseled and I'm not, 8% body fat and whatever. I was like, that's not what it's about. It's about motivating people and you being a fucking nice person to follow. And people want to follow nice people like you.
Sure.
So that's about that. But my fitness, I've always been a runner my entire life. That was my way of dealing with, stress and things like that. So literally since I was old enough to go run by myself, I would go run and run forever. And I did the 800 meter in high school and was, that was my thing. And so I didn't do a whole lot of weightlifting. I actually really never touched weights at all because in high school, when you're a runner, they don't want you,
right,
bulky or whatever, putting more weight on because that, they think that makes you slower. So until I had my son, I was always in decent shape. I wasn't overweight or anything like that, but I had my son 4 years ago, almost this summer it'll be 4 years, and started P90X about a week and a half after I had him, and very slowly all of my stomach was just like, I tell this story because I haven't always had abs and all that kind of stuff, and I laid in the bathtub and literally got stuck. I couldn't get out of the bathtub after I had my son because I had no core. My core was all gone.
Mm-hmm, sure.
And had to have my husband help me out of the bathtub because I couldn't even lift myself up because I had no core strength anymore because it was wrecked, from the baby. So slowly started doing P90X at home while I was still at home with my son and really focused. And luckily I had support from my husband. And then he started getting me into lifting weights. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know what to do. And so it's only been, 3 years that I've been, almost, not even 2.5 years now that I've been actually lifting weights at the gym and not just running. And we decided about 19 months after I had my son, I decided I wanted to do a bikini competition, like an NPC competition. And we prepared for 3 weeks. And I threw my bikini on and went up stage and didn't know what I was doing, but I had fun with it. And from then on, I was hooked on bodybuilding, and we just started CrossFit about 6 months ago, both of us.
Oh, really?
And so that's been new. We've always done the CrossFit style workouts with, police stuff, because at our police gym, it's all outfitted for CrossFit. But we never actually did the Olympic lifting. And so we're learning that now. We actually have a CrossFit gym that we go to, and we're both very new to that side of it. So it's been pretty fun learning all that stuff.
What's your experience been with moving from just an endurance athlete to building muscle and gaining muscle? Have you noticed any changes in how you function on the job or how it helps you on the job?
Oh, yes, definitely. I'm not sure that, I work nights now, and I've been on nights for the past 3 years almost. It'll be 3 years this next shift change. And it's the fights that I've gotten into on night shift, I'm not sure that I would have performed like I did had I just been running. And the muscle tone that you get from actually lifting the weights and stuff like that, it's completely different. Completely different. Nothing against running because I love it, but I still feel like you have to have all the different aspects in there to be able to perform at your best. So
right.
Strength is a big deal. I'm 115. I'm 115 pounds and 5'3", and I've been tested for sure, but I've always come out on top. So I think it's really important to lift weights and get stronger. So
yeah, good for you. So your department has a gym inside as part of the department?
They have a small gym in the main police department, and then we have a training center where, we do classes and in-service and things like that. And we share it with another department, and the gym is amazing. Wow. And I've always felt it's open 24 hours, obviously, because we all have different schedules. So I've really felt privileged to have access to something like that when your regular gym isn't open and you just need to go, us night shifters, we might be up in the middle of the night for who knows what.
Yeah.
That's our schedule. So.
Yeah, last night was my, my Saturday, and 2:00 in the morning I sprung awake because I, was on that.
You're like, what should I do now? Coffee time? Is it breakfast?
Yes, exactly.
I feel you on that.
Oh, yeah, it's brutal. Luckily for me, 3 years, I can't imagine 3 years. We rotate every 4 months, and this is my last week on night shift before I go get to see the sun again for a while, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
What was it? Now, I mean, CrossFit's pretty popular with cops, and I've said before, CrossFit as a company has been been very supportive of law enforcement. We've had CrossFit reps on the show before. But as I told you before we started, that this isn't really a CrossFit show, but you brought it up that you started CrossFit. What attracted you to that? It seems like it's kind of a progression from endurance to weights to the bodybuilding and now to CrossFit. What was the attraction?
Well, one of my best friends that I went to the academy with, her name's Lindsay. She works in a nearby department, and she started doing CrossFit and was telling me all about it. Every day she was like, I mean, it was 4 a.m. She'd wake up on the dot, 4 a.m. And I was like, golly, that's dedication right there. I was like, what is this CrossFit thing that you speak of? And, you know, it's very much like a community, which I think we all have that desire to be a part of something positive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially seeing as everything around us is negative a lot now with, you know, how the state of things are with police. So she kept talking over and over about how she would go to CrossFit every day and how she got to know these people, and she just really enjoyed it. And so I told my husband, I was like, I need to try this CrossFit thing, you know, and like, let's see if this would be something good for the page. Like, we have some CrossFit people that follow, and it might be good to expand, you know, our knowledge of fitness and things like that. And so I tried this gym, and it's actually in Sherman. It's called Railside, and it is extremely police friendly, and we enjoy it very much, and they're very patient with us learning the new lifts, and they don't make you feel stupid or anything. So
that's key though. There's a learning curve to a lot of the stuff, like you mentioned, Olympic lifting and all that, and that's something I've been doing CrossFit since 2012, and I'm still trying to get my Olympic lifts down and smooth.
Yes.
And I still can't do it.
it's
better.
It's very challenging, but I think we all like that. So during my off days with my husband, we go to do CrossFit in the morning, and that's kind of like our date. So date time at the CrossFit gym, and we get that out of the way, and then we go eat at IHOP and ruin all the CrossFit that we just did. No, I'm just playing. We eat generally healthy at IHOP, but yeah, so then we do that on our days off, and then during my work week, I'll go to the gym and just do regular bodybuilding before shift. So that's just kind of my routine. It just kind of gets me into like the work mode of, okay, gotta go to work tonight. You know how that is.
So how often do you say on average throughout the week are you able to get in a workout? 5 to 6 days a week is about how much I work out. And, you know, depending on sleep and that kind of thing and child schedules, and, you know, sometimes that can lessen. But luckily I'm very lucky to have the support that I do with my husband, who allows me to take kind of the primary on the workouts, and my schedule allows me to work out more than his does. And so he recently actually built an entire squat rack pull-up bar contraption in our garage, and he just bought me a new a bar that's like for females, so it's 35 pounds and it's a lot thinner, so we can practice our lifts. And he bought some medicine balls and some kettlebells and, you know, like plate weights. Sure. And so I told him he was definitely getting some after giving me like my own bar. I was like, that is a good move, hubby. Very good move. So I joked about that on Snapchat the other day. I was like, oh my gosh, it's like Christmas. He just bought a bar for me, so I was all excited. I found that having an in-home gym, just some basic down and dirty stuff, has been really key to staying consistent. I mean, obviously our listeners can't see it, but you can see behind me is a squat rack with a barbell and weights and all that, and it's sandbag. And America. What's that? American flag hanging, so I can look at that when I'm in the pain cave, and I can think of all that, and sandbags and weight vests and what else? Kettlebells, just some basic stuff. But I can get in a solid workout here at home if I've only got 20-30 minutes, and I don't want to drive over to the gym, which is frequent. So that's. And I'm one that needs more like. I guess this whole Fit Cops page
kind of makes sense to me because I'm one that it really gets motivated by other people and seeing people and being around people that, are challenging me. And so that works better for me going to an actual gym. My husband, he likes it too. Like he loves going to CrossFit, but during his work week, he doesn't have time to go to the gym because he's got baby duty after he gets off shift. And it gives me that opportunity to go to the gym. And so he works out more in the garage, and that works for him very well. So
I think mine depends on my mood.
Yes.
Because I'm a very social person too, and I totally get, like, I've said that, like, to me, CrossFit is like PT in the academy, but only except positive. Like, no one's yelling at you, screaming at you, and there's no chance of you losing your job if you can't pass it. So it's all positive reinforcement, encouragement. But it's that same camaraderie of shared suffering that you just don't get. I was at my wife's gym, or lack of a better term, this morning doing a CrossFit style workout, and these guys are over there doing their, buys and tries day or whatever, like that basic stuff. And I'm like sucking wind and suffering by myself and wheezing in the corner, and they're just staring at me like I'm some crazy.
They're like, those CrossFit people are weird.
Yeah. Why do they want
to die? I don't get it.
Right. Why is he doing a squat into a push press? Like thrusters. Like,
yes.
It was funny just watching these guys look at me like a zoo animal. You mentioned the reps before. What's the process for becoming a reps, and what's their role and what's their job within Fit Cops?
So initially, my vice president, we actually had to create a command staff within Fit Cops. So it got so big so quickly. I was like, I cannot man all of this. So my vice president, who actually runs a page on Facebook, it's called Move That Ass. She's a sheriff's deputy in California. Her name's Angela. And she contacted me because she had followed Fit Cops forever. And she said, I think we should make some like reps for Fit Cops. I think that it would do really well. And you start selling more stuff, and they can, help promote the page and whatever. And I was like, how the fuck do you do this now? And so we were initially going to do, one person per state if we could find, 50 people to do it. Well, it ended up being way bigger than that. And we put out, we selected the first round of reps ourselves. And then this last rep group that came through, we put out an application process and said, hey, if you want to be a Fit Cops rep, then, you have to apply here. So we're not just giving it away to whoever. It's an actual 3-page application where you explain. It's pretty extensive. Yeah. And I'm not just going to pick someone up, and just be like, yeah, sure, here, you wear my shirt and, rep for me and rep my brand, because this is my baby.
Sure.
And it means more to me than that. And it means more to the people involved that, we just don't want to just be giving that rep spot away. So in 3 days, we lost count after 400 people requested applications. And
wow.
We ended up choosing another 50 or 60 to add to the group. That we already had 30. And so we've got Australia, New Zealand, Germany, Canada, all over the United States. And it's pretty awesome. So we have our managers that actually help go through all the applications. And what we're looking for in a rep is someone that's going to motivate others, has a generally, good personality. We want that for sure, obviously. I don't want some dick repping for us, to be honest. And, someone that has, fitness background. But if you don't, that's okay too. If you're just beginning, if you're not like I said, you don't have to be 8% body fat and a competitor to be a rep for us. That is not what I want.
Right.
I want people of all different stages of fitness, all different stages that can have people kind of follow them along the way, and they can motivate other people that are in their same stage of fitness. So I really like the people that are just regular working parents and have a busy life and that kind of thing. Obviously, I want people to be interesting and keep followers, and they just have to post once a week for us, and it's pretty much it. They get, the perks of being with us, and so.
So the job then, it sounds like, is really to kind of put a personal touch on social media, which can sometimes be impersonal, and to have these people out in the field kind of reaching out and motivating others to get fit. Is that right?
Yes. Yes, they have. That's exactly right. Exactly what you just said is what we want. We want people that, over the time that even these new reps have come on, they have communicated with other people, and, their followers have shared with, we share the reps a lot because we want, how social media goes. We want all of our followers to follow them, and then their followers to follow other people. And it just is a big community. That's why we're growing so quickly, is because them. But I have heard from reps that they have met, their best friends through Fit Cops. They have, hung out. Like, they'll take pictures. I met, Fit Cops rep, on this call, and he works for this, neighbor department, and we're going to hang out next week, and we're going to go to the gym. And it's really cool how it has become very personal to a lot of these people. So, like I said, I met Carla. Carla, come here, say hi. Carla is one of my Texas reps, and I actually met her through Snapchat, and she was a big follower. Say hi.
Hi, Carla.
So she's visiting this weekend, and she'd been following Fit Cops for about a year, and she said that this was very motivating to her, and so we met her at the barbecue. She flew in for that, and then it was just like instant love from all of the reps. Like, you would think that we have known each other for years by the way that we all reacted. We've been talking to each other over social media for, some of us for over a year, and we finally get to meet each other in person, and then people are flying across the United States to meet each other and hang out, and it's a true family within our group. So
that's amazing.
Really cool.
It is really cool. That's amazing that you think about the community you're building when someone's willing to, take time off, leave family, go to an airport and get on an airplane and come visit.
Yes. Yes. And they, we had some staying with us and some staying with, in hotels and things like that. And every day that people were here for the barbecue, it was our second annual Fit Cops barbecue at Destination Gym in Plano. Mm-hmm. And it was so cool because every day we would all be in this group message and say, okay, it's the day after the barbecue, like, who wants to go to the gym? And everybody's like, oh, me. And okay, I'll pick you up there. And okay, KP will go pick up so-and-so, we'll all meet there. And so it was really cool because we just hung out all week, basically, that everybody was here.
Oh, that's awesome. So
I cried when they left. I cried.
That's awesome.
I was like, no, my friends.
So
Don't go.
With this big following and this passionate group of people, what's next for you and Fit Cops?
I hope to keep growing. I hope that we can start actually going other places and visiting and, actually traveling and doing meetups all over the U.S. So there's lots of people that get jealous. They're like, why don't you come to here? Why don't you come to Vegas? Why don't you come here? And like, well, we're just two people, and we actually have full-time jobs.
We actually got jobs and a kid and all things. Yeah.
Yes, we have. Yeah, I have to actually request vacation time, and sometimes it doesn't get approved. They don't care about Fit Cops at my job.
Right.
So.
Right. Exactly. Right. What's up with that? My commander does not really
dumb barbecue.
Yeah. My commander could care less about my podcast. That's for sure.
That's probably best.
That is true. That's absolutely true. So, part of the show, of course, is learning, learning from other cops who have got something figured out, some aspect of it. So I like to ask some basic questions about. We covered your exercise routine and all that, but what kind do you subscribe to? A particular kind of diet or diet plan, and what's your meal prep?
Oh God. Oh man. Well,
you mentioned IHOP, so I'm guessing that's not part of the constant plan.
Well, my meal prep today consisted of some chocolate-covered strawberries. I'm just kidding. I only ate one because Carla brought them for us. But my husband does all the meal prep for the week. And so our basic meals consist of chicken, beef, vegetables, rice, and I drink a lot of milk. I love some milk. Milk and water. Mm-hmm. Do you have anything you want to add, babe?
We try and keep her on a typical split of about 40% protein, 30-30, and we try and do at least a gram of protein per body weight, but she doesn't like eating the chicken or anything like that. So it's a struggle. It's a constant. If we fight about anything, it's about me yelling at her eating her damn food.
Yeah, I don't eat a lot of food.
And then, so it sounds like whole grains is where your carb sources are in general.
Most of the carbs we look at are from vegetables.
Okay.
So we try and limit the refined carbs.
Sure. So kind of somewhere in a slow carb kind of diet, if you're familiar with that at all.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just eat.
You just eat.
I don't know.
You just put what's in front of you.
I just drink chocolate milk, and then I just eat whatever he puts in front of me, so he stops bitching at me. Basically, that's what I do.
Now, what about sleep with night shift and with a kid? How many hours of sleep are you looking at a night?
Oh goodness, that's a good question. I wish I got more sleep. That I've noticed over my deep night shift years that I've started getting sick a lot more just from lack of sleep. But I try to get anywhere from like 2 hours to 5 hours on average during my work week. And so as you can imagine, that does get a little tiring with trying to work out and push your body like I should. Then I usually sleep my whole weekend. Yeah. I catch up on sleep and try to get as much sleep as I possibly can, but it is hard with a baby and you want to see your family. Yeah. So.
And what about supplements? Any supplements that you take religiously or that you take that you found a benefit from?
Supplements, we promote Cellucor, and I do love Cellucor, and I actually use that. So that's the first thing my husband got me on with Cellucor stuff, and I use the whey protein I try to every day. Sometimes I get yelled at about that too. But yeah, protein and really that's what I take daily. If I'm prepping for some sort of competition or something like that, I'll take the CLK and the creatine and Super HDs, a fat burner and that kind of stuff. But whey protein is really, obviously I have problems with eating my protein as it is, so that kind of helps supplement that a little bit.
All right, cool. So we've talked about your Instagram page at Fit Cops. Where else can people find you? Where can they find the website, other social medias that you have? You mentioned Facebook. Give us the rundown of how to find you in those.
How much time do you have?
As much as you got.
I've created a lot of spin-off pages. No, but where you can find me easiest is through Instagram, the at KP at Fit Cops, like KPAT Fit Cops. And then at Fit Cops obviously is mine too. And Facebook, I have KP at Fit Cops, and then I also have Fit Cops on Facebook. And then our website is www.thefitcops.com. And I'm on Snapchat, which I love, by the way.
Yeah. I haven't tried Snapchat yet.
Oh my God, it's so funny and it's hilarious if you're actually following funny people. But I use Snapchat a lot, and that's Fit Cops, just FITCOPS, and you'll see a lot of hilarity and debauchery on there if you're interested.
I think any cop's interested in hilarity and debauchery. I think that's why we're probably here.
I agree.
So you've got a lot of merch on the site. You were kind enough to offer up a coupon code for Squadron listeners. So for 2 weeks from when this episode goes live, you're going to offer 15% off merch at the store using the coupon code SQUADROOM15.
Yes.
Thank you for doing that. I think that's cool. That's very nice of you. And people can go to thefitcops.com, check out your stuff, and rep some of the stuff, and maybe get their photo blasted out to what I'm sure by the time this airs will be much more than 50,000 people, because your page is just blowing up. I think it's fantastic. I check it daily and look at some of those and think of how impressive. And I see those photos. I think some people might see those photos and be intimidated or feel like they're never going to get there. They're never going to be that guy. And that's fine. I don't necessarily want to be that guy. But I am just impressed with the work that goes in with the people that you put on that page, right? And you have these cops who have the same struggles I do or that you do with kids and family and shift work and struggles with sleep and struggles with diet. And and they just put in the work. And I think the lesson that I take from your page is that you just put in the work, and that good things will come from that. And that's a life lesson. It's a lesson I try to teach my kids, but it's a good reminder. And I think you have good visual imagery there to remind us to just put in the work, and you'll get there.
Yes, put in the work. And I mean, do you want to die? Do you want to get your ass handed to you on the street? I mean, that's just a simple question, and unfortunately that's something that you really have to ask yourself. And I mean, do you want your partner to get hurt because you're not in the best shape?
Right.
So
I think it's amazing what you're doing. I love the page at FitCops on Instagram. People can follow it there, and they can go to show notes for all the links to all the other social media that you put out there, and to find out more about you and the page. And I'll put that coupon on there too. Thanks again.
Yeah.
KP, thanks for your time. This has been a lot of fun. And hopefully we can have you on again sometime when you reach 100,000 followers.
Definitely. I would love that.
All right. Thanks for your time.
Thank you so much.
All right, so there you have KP from FitCops. You can follow her Instagram at FitCops, or her personally at KP at FitCops. Now that at KP, I mean the little sign at KP AT FitCops. Her website, thefitcops.com. They got some cool swag and some cool gear there. The coupon code that she mentioned, use SquadRoom15, SquadRoom15 for 15% off of any order until July 4th. We're going to do that. July 4th, 15% off anything at thefitcops.com. Again, to sign up for our newsletter, you can go to our website, thesquadroom.net, or text the Squadroom to 44222 to get signed up. And if you have a moment and you feel compelled, please leave a review on iTunes. It really helps us spread the word of the show and what we're trying to accomplish in getting officers healthy, both in mind, body, and spirit. Until next time, take care of each other and stay safe.